Borrowed chords in jazz are used in much the same way that they are in common practice compositions. One difference is that we expect these chords to be seventh chords in jazz, but in the common practice, triads are more common and seventh chords are more of the exception. Before we examine the use of borrowed chords in jazz, let's discuss an important aspect of the analysis. When analyzing chords in a jazz composition, it is common to reference scale degrees from the major scale, even when chords are in minor. To understand this, let's look at the notes of the C major scale. C is the first degree of the scale, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, and B is 7. If we add in chromatic notes, we will call C sharp, sharp 1, D sharp, sharp 2, F sharp is sharp 4, etc. And D flat will be called flat 2, E flat, flat 3, etc. This concept will apply to chords as well. For example, the A flat chord in C will be referred to as flat 6, since A natural, the sixth degree of the scale, is diatonic to major. We add a flat to lower it to A flat. The E flat chord will be referred to as flat 3. In jazz compositions, we will find the same borrowed chords as in the common practice period with added sevenths. Here are some examples. A flat major 7 as flat 6 major 7 in the key of C. F7 as 4 minor 7 in the key of C. E flat major 7 as flat 3 major 7 in the key of C. And D minor 7 flat 5 as 2 minor 7 flat 5 in the key of C. Again, these are all chords from the key of C minor being used in C major, and these are chords that are found in common practice compositions as well as jazz. A chord that is a possible but rare borrowed chord in music of the common practice, but is a frequently used chord in jazz, is the flat 7/7. This is a chord that comes from the natural minor scale. In the key of C, this is B flat 7. It is often paired with a preceding 4 minor 7. Here's a progression from the jazz standard Lady Bird by Tad Dameron. This progression should be analyzed in the key of C as 1 major 7, 4 minor 7, flat 7/7, and 1 major 7, with the F minor 7 and B flat dominant 7 being borrowed chords. Notice that the F minor 7 to B flat 7 is a 2/5 in the key of E flat. While this is not a 2/5 in this progression, it gives the feeling of being a 2/5, the most common progression found in jazz. Here is the sound of this progression. Here is another example. C major 7 is 1 major 7, followed by a 2/5/1 in C major. We will use the bracket for the 2 and 5 and an arrow for the resolution of the 5 to 1. Next we have F minor 7 as a 4 minor 7, followed by a flat 7/7. These two chords return us to 1, but a borrowed minor 1. This is followed by a borrowed flat 6 major 7 and another 2/5. This time the 2/5 reflects the C minor tonality with the D minor 7 flat 5 as a borrowed 2 from C minor followed by 5/7. In jazz, the minor key 2/5 is often substituted for the major key 2/5. This applies to related 2s as well. We finish with a 1 major 7. To finish off the analysis, we add a bracket and an arrow to the final 2/5/1. Here is the sound of this progression. Let's summarize. Borrowed chords are frequently used in jazz compositions, and the types are similar to those found in compositions from the common practice period. We expect the basic chord types in jazz compositions to be seventh chords. The flat 7/7 chord is a common chord in jazz and is often preceded by a 4 minor 7. It is common to substitute the 2/5 in minor for the 2/5 in major. This includes related to and secondary dominant chords.